More from Callie Young. Favorite shampoo? Reason being, airport security stole my favorite shampoo right before the big trip, so I've been bumming off others since, and I'm looking into different shampoo. I don't know the brand. I'm not really big on that. Truth be told, I don't take such great care of my hair. I don't really look into special anything. I don't put product into it. I don't do anything like that. I just brush it and wash it and use conditioner. So I go based off of scent. I go based off what I like the smell of. And the best one I've ever found thus far was this delightful chocolate-scented shampoo and conditioner set. It was fantastic. And I combined that with this chocolate-scented body wash. And I loved that stuff. Best meal you know how to make, and what do you do to make it special? I'm not really a cook. I'm really not very good at the whole cooking thing. So ramen, I throw in like extra spices and garlic salt, chopped onions, regular salt, pepper, and such into the boiling water with the noodles, and that's my special variation on a ramen. Like I said, I'm no chef. Favorite word of all time, and can you spell it? Oh, it's really easy to spell. For any silly people who don't like bad words, cover your ears, mute it. I'll let you know when I'm done. My favorite word is fuck, and it's spelled F-U-C-K. I like fuck because it's just a very useful word. It's fucking every kind of, like right there, it's every kind of word, adjective, verb, noun, whatever. It's everything. And I don't know, I just think it's a very useful word. Favorite hangouts and why? I'm an antisocial introvert, to some extent. Obviously not entirely, otherwise I wouldn't be doing these videos, but to a certain extent I am. So, my favorite hangouts are my house, with my video games, or my friends' homes. I like going to the arcade at the mall as well. More video games, of course. Due to the sudden influx of kittens, perhaps an updated list of cats and their respective names, and can I have a kitty, please? There are no names. There's 8 of them, so I'm not going to show them all, but you've seen the tiger one. You've seen the gray one. Then there's 4 white ones and 2 black ones. I'm sure you can imagine a black and white kitty. And unfortunately, you'll just have to live with the imagination. They're all sleeping right now. But you are welcome to have any number. You can have all 8 of them, if you like. And their mother, hell. You can have all 9 of the cats. Really, it's quite alright with me. Then her questions get a little bit weird. If a tree falls in a forest and there's no one to hear it, does it still take the same number of smushed bananas to coat the Eiffel Tower? Yes, there is a correct answer to this one. My answer, logically speaking, the correct answer is yes. Of course, timber forests and the sound that they make when they fall have no effect on the number of smushed bananas it would take to coat the Eiffel Tower. How possible do you think it would be for me to drive from here to there, considering I'm severely geographically disinclined? I can do MapQuest, but it's very interesting to drive and hold directions at the same time. Bring along a navigator to read the map for you. That would make it a lot easier. On your own, I really don't know. You say that you're geographically disinclined, can't hold directions. Well, it's interesting to hold directions and drive at the same time. I'm assuming that means that you don't do it so well. It might be a slight chance then. Final question. If you were a jelly bean, what color and flavor would you be and why? I would be awesome flavored and rainbow colored. So that's it for Callie Young. Chefdog25 also had his own list of questions. Why do you prefer Marvel over DC? I don't really have solid reasons. I never sat and thought about it and came to the conclusion of DC's just not as good. Marvel's better. I just tend to enjoy Marvel characters more than DC characters, I noticed. Except Batman, he rocks, and Wonder Woman. But Superman, The Flash, John Jones, Green Arrow, never really got into them so much. And putting some thought into this answer, though, it's probably just the different ways the characters were presented. I mean, Marvel heroes were pretty flawed folk. they seem more normal, if that makes sense. DC characters always seemed more detached from reality. For example, a bunch of Marvel characters live in New York City, whereas Batman and Superman live in the fictional cities of Gotham and Metropolis. Of course, that's just a guess on my own psychology, but I think that that's a big part of it, is that they're just not as relatable. Top 3 games you were most excited for that was announced to be released. Well, as I said, I'm excited for Doom 4, but there really hasn't been much on that. The announcement was basically it posting a job opening that they were looking for people to come on and create Doom 4. So games that have actually been announced, clear details and such: Dead Space, Resident Evil 5, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. Most memorable / touching song you've ever listened to. This is really hard. I think Zug Island's Always. Or Kelly Clarkson's Behind These Hazel Eyes. No, I got it. Without You from Rent. That's gotta be it. Biggest pet peeve. In reality, I'm a very angry, kind of grouchy guy. A lot of things piss me off. A big pet peeve of mine is secrets. I don't like them. I can't stand them. More specifically, when someone lets slip that they have a secret, but refuse to tell you what it is. I can't stand that kind of thing. Like where somebody will make some seemingly absent-minded statement about something, completely random, out of the blue, and then they won't explain it. Like saying, "Oh, sorry, I can't tell you about that. It's a secret." I can't stand that shit. Scariest moment of your life. I guess the scariest thing was when I almost fell out of a friend of mine's car. We were going around a small roundabout when I decided I should sit up out the window on the door. So as I'm leveraging myself up on through the door, it pops open underneath of me and behind me, sort of. Because I wasn't sitting on it yet, I was just pushing myself up, and it popped open underneath of me. And yeah, so I guess that would have been pretty scary, at least in concept. Although at the time, I was more concentrated on keeping a grip on the headrest and the door and not falling out onto the street, as opposed to being scared. And then afterward, I was just laughing about it and kind of stoked on adrenaline. It's just a good story to tell. Top 3 movies you're most looking forward to being released. Number 1, The Dark Knight. Oh, by the gods, I cannot. I can barely wait to see that film. I'm also excited about X-Men Origins, which I think from that may spin off into a Deadpool film, which would fucking rock. But Eagle Eye also looks pretty interesting. Favorite game genre and why? Shooters, or whatever you want to call them, as I mentioned earlier. Why? Good question. It used to be RPGs, because I grew up with RPGs and Doom. My earliest gaming memories are playing Doom, first-person shooter, and Final Fantasy, the original NES one, for my RPGs. But as RPGs have gone, I've kind of gotten less interested. I don't know, they've kind of gotten a little really complex. But so I've kind of steered away from that, and now I'm just more into shooters. I enjoy going with the character, the more immersive feel it has. And I just love co-op in a shooter. That's really my favorite thing ever. Never been a big fan of deathmatching, but co-op is a lot of fun always. Favorite movie genre and why? I guess good films about teenagers, like dramas like Light It Up, or a love story like A Walk to Remember, or ridiculous spoof comedies like Airplane or Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. So there you have it, my Q&A vid. I meant to do it earlier, but I haven't had a quiet moment of peace to do it in, so the next video I think I'll be doing is my likes and dislikes on game consoles. I'll catch y'all later.